My name is Kisha Lee. All my life I've been on a search for purpose. Once I found it, it became my mission to find others who feel that they are living their purpose in life, in hopes to encourage others to do the same. This is Purpose TV. Sit back, relax, and enjoy the show.
Hello everyone, this is Kisha with Purpose TV. I am here with Brad Simmons. Brad is the CEO of Soul Society, and I see him do incredible things. I follow him on Facebook. He is amazing in the things that he encourages and the things that he says. Oh my God, I really am floored by him, and I am honored that he is here. So welcome, Brad Simmons.
Thank you very much. Thank you very much. I'm great. I call myself Born King, by the way. You know,
Born King.
I feel like that's the title and level I'm holding myself up to. Although I got a lot of room to grow, that's the level that I'm pretty much expressing over myself, the power I'm expressing over myself. Right. I'm a king, but I was born a king. I just have to fulfill my crown.
Wow. Okay. So let's, of course, this is Purpose TV. So do you feel like what you're doing right now is your purpose or a part of it?
Absolutely. I feel like we all got multiple purposes and different purposes at different chapters in our lives, and I very much have dedicated myself to always pretty much zeroing in on my purpose and dedicating my life to my purpose, whereas a lot of people end up getting trapped in certain boxes or trapped in their jobs and trapped into paying bills and having to put their purpose to the side. So right. I very much sacrifice a lot and go through struggle sometimes just to remain focused on my purpose. So yes, I'm definitely walking in my purpose.
You're, you know, for most people, in most people's mindset and thinking, you're young. Mm-hmm. You're 28.
Yes.
28 years old, just turned.
Yes.
Happy birthday to
Thank you very much. Yes.
Do you feel like anyone is too young to discover and live their purpose?
No, definitely not. I really feel like the people you have around you is a very important thing, and I was blessed to have a strong family around me and a powerful grandfather that I was able to watch him walk in his purpose and not do, I guess, the average typical things. He really very much was dedicating himself to his purpose rather than just chasing money. You know?
So, I know you mentioned him, your grandfather. What did he mean to you, and what are some of the things that he did?
So I can remember, like, even down to like elementary school, like a lot of people, you know, we look up to like Martin Luther King and things of that nature. I very much looked up to my grandfather, and it wasn't so much, although he did talk a lot. Those who know him, he was a talker, but it wasn't really a matter of what he said, because a lot of the things he said, like, everybody was saying, but it was a matter of him living and walking in action. So like, he was very much like into the church, Christianity and everything, and the difference I seen between him and a lot of other leaders in the church realm was that he was very much like living that purpose. So in the Jesus narrative, Jesus was about getting down on the ground, touching the people, and being amongst, I forgot what they said, the sick and the down and out. And my grandfather, he visited the jails. He literally, like, some of the people in the community, a drug addict or a wino or something like that may not felt comfortable or wanting to come into church, he would have like services, Bible study outside on a slab of concrete that some in the Belgrade community will famously remember. And then as far as the youth go, like a lot of leaders and elders are so much about like telling the youth exactly what to do, but he was very much about like listening and hearing what the youth want to do, what they see, and where they want to go. And he wanted to put a guidance and support and cast around the vision of the youth, you know. So that was a very important thing. And ultimately, like I said, just him being about action was the main thing that inspired me.
Wow. Okay. All right, guys, we're going to be right back with Brad Simmons. Okay, everybody, we are back. Again, Brad Simmons. Okay, tell me, is there or was there a moment, or was it always in you that you wanted to make a difference in the community? Or was there a moment that happened in your life that said, you know what, I need to do something?
Yeah, so like I said, being that I was in such a strong family and led by such a powerful grandfather that was in the community working to elevate his community, it was kind of always within. But what really, like, I guess brought it out was like, it was a series of different things. So to make a long story short, one of the major life-turning incidents was my junior year in high school, and we used to have these hotel parties, and there ended up being a fight that broke out. So of course, after the fight breaks out, the police are gonna come, and me and one of my friends, we were like in the car that we were gonna be leaving in, waiting on the driver, and after 15-20 minutes went by, he was nowhere to be found. So we went to go look for him. Wasn't answering his phone or anything. And then once we got in the hotel room, I swear it wasn't like, we weren't even in there for 60 seconds probably, and 3 cops came in. 1 standing by the door, 2 searching the room. And they ended up finding a bag of marijuana. And I wasn't thinking anything. I was naive at the time and didn't really know the depths of the law. And anyway, we come to find out that me, my friend, and the person who roomed the name was in, we all had to share this charge. And then on top of that, when the police found the marijuana, he picked it up and was like, dang, this only a half ounce. Like, he was literally expressing being mad that he didn't have more to bury us on, you know. And this is me 17 at the time, and that was a major great awakening for me to realize, like, dang, it's really like us being hunted and predatored on out here, like preyed on, I mean. But yeah, that was a major awakening, and that wasn't really the full thing, because it was pretty much like once I was having to grow into my adulthood, when I was transitioning to college and trying to become independent and get jobs, and I realized like a lot of the doors were closed on me because I had these charges. And I ended up going to A&T, and I was trying to go into the field of technology just because it was a great field of work. Technology isn't going anywhere. You can get good money for it. Yeah. But not even a full semester in, I'm in like 3 computer classes, and I'm like, this ain't it. But I had an African American Studies class, and meanwhile I'm going through a depression, not seeing any value in myself. I'm wearing this charge, and I don't know how I'm going to make money and get my own job. Yeah. But I had an African American Experience class, and I was able to see the history of certain individuals and events that our ancestors had overcame. And I was like, these problems are really small compared to what we've overcame. So then I began to see more value in myself through some of our ancestors' experience. And then I also had a sociology class that really like painted a picture of these systems and structures in the society that are set up in such a way. So at that point I began to just really realize the history and the reason why we may be in certain positions, and I just felt like I had to do something about it, you know. So I just began to dedicate myself to go down that path of my soul searching, and it was a process. I didn't really have the answers at first, but I began to stop chasing the technology field and the money that I was really seeing at the end of the road, and started to chase that purpose, you know. And it was a process of developing soul society, you know, because I went down that path of really like finding the purpose within my soul.
Gotcha. So is that when Soul Society was birthed?
So that was also a process as well. So it started out with just knowing I wanted to be a mentor. I wanted to develop a mentor service, a program, and I still didn't know how. I mean, this is in my college experience at that time, and I really didn't know how I was going to get where I was trying to go or what exactly it looked like. And even some of the people around me were kind of like, because like I said, I was transitioning out of the technology field, and I was going to African American studies and studying sociology deeper as well. And a lot of people were like, what you gonna do with that though? Like, how you gonna get money doing that? And I'm like, I don't even know for real, but I'm going to start walking down this path. So it was pretty much like laws of attraction began to take an effect, because I began to just take steps, and the more I would take steps and express where I was at the time and where I wanted to go, people would just come out of nowhere and add value to it, add direction, and then I began to just put pieces together. And it's still a process at this point, but like I said, the more I walk down the path of what I feel like my soul is being led to do, like, help and answers just seem to find me at this point.
That is beautiful. I love that. Okay, so what is the main objective or mission for Soul Society?
So a major mission, we have like different areas we're trying to attack. Like in a nutshell, really about building programs that's helping the youth especially, but the community as a whole, find different means of knowing yourself, learning yourself through different artistic programs and educational programs. And above all that, we really want to produce, really pushing for the create a village mentality, you know, amongst the community. Because I feel like a lot of us are so like engulfed in this American experience that we're like so individually driven, so capitalistically driven, that we don't always put moral and the community up front. We'll like, if we put it out there at all, it'll be further back, because we're gonna do whatever we gotta do to get to the money first, chase the bag. But really we wanna like produce a more village mentality where it's about like the collective, about us pulling resources together, about us finding out what's our passion and our purpose and our gifts to serve not just ourselves but our family and our communities.
Wow. Okay.
The soul society.
So when you say community, how big a picture are you trying to paint that? Like, how far are you trying to go with that?
Right. So I'll say the next major thing we want to do is establish an after-school program, and even furthermore, beyond that, we want to establish our own schools, because we feel like, I feel like the education system is so flawed that we very much need to replace it with some things that we are pretty much better preparing our youth for the future, you know. Right. We want to be teaching, we very much want the artistic expression lane to be a major thing, because we see a lot of schools taking funding out of the art programs and we're creative people, and we need that to help kind of feed our soul and even on the therapy side. But I say, and then on the economic side, it's very important that we learn financial literacy, economic literacy, and entrepreneurship development, and become self-sufficient as much as possible.
Yes.
And then I feel like it's important that we learn like agricultural skills.
Yes.
Making our own clothes, fishing, you know, learning how to be self-sufficient people, you know, versus being dependent. And then to cap all that off, we literally are going to make Soul Society a physical place where we establish some land somewhere and we start to develop our own housing, our own school system, and our own community.
I'm more excited about that than you know, because that is something that I felt like I really wanted to do. Like I wanted mine to be on a scale of literally trying to see how to purchase like at least 100 acres and just literally that community self-sustain. Like literally a wall around it. I don't know how far it's gonna go, but I just want it to be its own little town or city. I don't even know if 100 acres is enough or if that's too much. But
it's a good start.
Yeah, I mean,
it's definitely gonna need more.
Right.
I forgot. It's a movie that I think a lot of people need to see. It's called Freedom Road. Okay. And Muhammad Ali was like one of the lead characters, so it's a kind of old movie. I think in like the mid or late 70s. Okay. And just long story short, it was about them coming out of slavery. They went through the Civil War, and then they were just in this lane of like, now we just have to fend for ourselves. And one of the major keys that I seen in it was they had this idea of this 250 acres that they wanted to purchase as a collective group. But they were like how we gonna do that? And then it was I think it was a railroad job, and it was like, I think they was gonna get like 20 cents an hour or something like that. Yeah. Don't quote me on the exact price, but it was pretty much like they knew individually like we could never be able to get the amount of money we need. But then it was like, but if we bring all these individuals together and we save up all our checks, next thing you know, they were able to purchase those 250 acres and to start develop their own community. You know, I ain't gonna spoil the story because I want some people to watch that, but to see them literally like pull the money and resources together, which I feel like to even see all of the different Black Wall Streets or self-sufficient Black communities that we had over time, that I feel like we got more resources, we got more access to education and knowledge, we got more money and things of that nature, but the only thing we're missing now is that unity. Yes. And to see what they did with that unity is taking them way further than we're moving right now.
Okay. All right, guys, we're going to be right back with Brad Simmons.
Hi, I'm Ashanta with But a Moment Photography, and I am a wedding photographer. Contact me at www.butamomentphotography.com. I would love to capture your happily ever after.
Okay, everybody, we are back. Again, Brad Simmons. What do you think we can do about the unity?
It's a tough answer because I'm always trying this. Sometimes that's not the answer, and I'll try something else, but ultimately, I feel like just being consistent and then really just organizing the like minds, you know, like minds, and I feel like it's gonna take like a small group to start to move it. And once people can see some type of model of success and progression, they'll be able to jump on board, because like a lot of people, they feel like it's not possible. But if a small group can start to say, look, we're starting to make progress. We have 20 acres that we're growing food on and we're sustaining ourselves on. So yeah, really just a matter of just taking steps, just keep stepping, you know. So somebody has to start it. So I'm taking my responsibility to do whatever I can.
That is amazing.
And I'm calling everyone else that, you know, is down for the idea. Let's come through, let's build.
That's exactly what I was about to ask next. Like, what do you need? What do you need from us?
Okay, I mean, it's a lot of things. Some things I don't even know. Ultimately, I feel like the major key is for those who are in tune with these ideas, like, to contact us, send us an email, send us a message, reach out to us so we can come together. I mean, there's probably somebody out there that has the same idea that maybe even be further, you know, and I want to hear, I want to know how I can help maybe that individual or that group as well. So ultimately, it's so many things, like, we need to, I mean, all these self-sufficient areas. We need all the tradesmen, plumbers, carpenters, builders, educators, agricultural people. You know, we need everything, you know, and it ain't about just it being Soul Society or myself. It's really whoever's having a similar mission and idea. Like, we all need to come together.
Right. Okay, so how can people get in contact with you then?
Okay, so our email is soulsociety910. That's SOUL Society, SOCIETY 910 at Gmail. Our Facebook and Instagram is at Soul Society NC. Yeah, those are the main lines of contact. Right?
Okay. All right. Is there anything that you would like to say to anyone that may be listening, maybe young people, or any message that you have?
All right. So the last important thing I want to leave y'all with is just believing in yourself and knowing yourself. Really the things you want to do in your free time for entertainment that you would do for free. You literally need to find a way to get paid to do that. I feel like if you're doing some things that you're only doing for money, that's going to just be a miserable life. I don't care how much money you get. I don't care how on time or ahead you paying your bills. It's going to be a miserable box that you're seeing yourself in. So ultimately, no matter how hard you think the vision you have is, I'll say if it was easy, everybody would do it, you know. But really, go above and beyond to figure out what it takes to get in the position you really want to see yourself in, and just keep pushing forward. Keep pushing forward. Never give up. And that's really it right there. And so I don't keep dragging on. I'll just leave it at that. Really dig within your soul and the things that you really love to do. Figure out how to make money doing it. If you don't have the answers, ask questions and keep researching, you know. Or come hit up Soul Society.
All right. Well, thank you so much.
Yeah, thank you. Appreciate it. Thank you.
Oh my gosh.
Absolutely.
I am